What about Blackrock ETF for XRP? Also, XRP whales were at work over the weekend, transferring at least $296 million worth of the coin on-chain in 24 hours, with some of the movements coming from Ripple. Moreover, XRP is among the top traded assets on Uphold new institutional OTC trading platform. Finally, attorney Bill Morgan confirmed that Judge Analisa Torres inadvertently gave the XRP community a weapon against Bitcoin Maxis by analyzing the coin under the framework of Howey. Join me, guys, as I examine the effect of that newly raised fact. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced tomorrow. Blackrock is not attempting to launch an XRP exchange-traded fund, ETF, the asset manager said Monday. A regulatory filing suggesting the company had taken a first step toward doing so is fake, a spokesperson said shortly after the news began circulating on social media. XRP's price jumped more than 10% at one point but had already begun sinking back to its pre-news intraday price of around 65 cents. Blackrock has previously filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to launch spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. Prior to those SEC filings were filings for a Delaware entity, which acts as the corporate vehicle for the product. Paperwork submitted Monday mimicked those forms but was not in fact filed by the asset management giant. This is not the first time Delaware's corporate registration process has been abused, seemingly in an attempt to pump crypto prices. A pair of filings in 2021 suggested Grayscale, an asset manager, would launch trust vehicles for two tokens that Grayscale did not have plans for. Speculators took hold on Monday afternoon as ETF watchers, including Bloomberg's Eric Balchunas, amplified the phony filing, presenting it as true. Media corporations including Bankless and The Block also recirculated the news, fueling by pressure on XRP. But other informed observers expressed a high degree of doubt that Blackrock, hardly regarded as a risk-taker in crypto, would even think about creating an ETF product for XRP, which is the subject of active litigation with the SEC. On the other hand, Dr. Martin Hiesboeck, head of research at Uphold and founder of Alpine blockchain consultants, called attention to the development in a weekly review of the crucial developments surrounding the Uphold Ascent platform last week. Dr. Hiesboeck confirmed that the top traded crypto assets on Uphold Ascent from November 4th to 11th were Bitcoin, XRP, Caspa, Chainlink, and XDC Network. These assets caught the attention of institutional investors throughout last week, demonstrating their allure amid the sustained market run. Notably, Dr. Martin Hiesboeck has adopted a pattern of highlighting this metric on a weekly basis. Last week's disclosure revealed that XRP also clinched a spot among the most traded cryptocurrencies on Ascent from October 29th to November 5th, standing out as the top traded asset. Uphold launched the Ascent platform on June 1st to give institutional investors exposure to its portfolio of over 280 digital assets. According to Uphold, the platform boasts deeper liquidity and reliable token discovery capabilities, with an ability to handle large orders. The latest weekly review of the platform also highlighted other notable developments. Dr. Hiesboeck noted that Uphold Wallet listed Celestia, the native asset of the new modular blockchain protocol, Celestia. In addition, Uphold further enabled TIA trading for its institutional clients on Ascent. Furthermore, the platform integrated Arbitrum, announced on November 8th, to allow its customers to transfer their ARB tokens between external wallets and their Uphold Ascent wallet. Uphold also modified its description on the Google Play Store to include Caspa. The app description on the Play Store now mentions Bitcoin, KAS, and XRP. Meanwhile, on the Apple App Store, the description mentions Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, showing the platform's affinity to XRP. Uphold has demonstrated strong support for XRP, choosing to retain the asset when crypto exchanges in the United States delisted it amid Ripple's legal battle with the U.S. SEC. As a result, most retail and institutional XRP investors have camped on Uphold, contributing to the increased volume on the platform. Interestingly, due to the sheer amount of XRP investors on Uphold, the platform holds $1.5 billion worth of XRP in its reserves, much higher than the $183.9 million worth of Bitcoin. XRP makes up Uphold's single largest crypto holding. Uphold also recently partnered with Ripple to bolster its payment offering in an extension of its support. Furthermore, data from Whale Alert shows this movement came in 2 batches, featuring unknown wallets and an address linked to Ripple. In total, 447 million XRP moved. Despite the massive transactions, XRP's trading volume has slipped by 35.59%. However, it bears mentioning that whale movements do not contribute to trade volume. Per the Whale Alert data, the first transfer saw 424 million XRP worth $281 million moved on-chain. This transfer came from a newly activated address with no known identity. One intriguing fact about this wallet rests on the fact that it was activated with the 424 million XRP transfer. After the wallet's activation, it sent 1.5 million XRP to Bitvavo before sending the rest to another unknown wallet. The second transfer features 23,200,000 XRP worth $15,300,000, implying an average sending price of 66 cents per XRP. A closer look at the Bithomp Explorer shows that these funds came from a Ripple-affiliated wallet and moved to a Bitstamp-based address. This Ripple-owned wallet has initiated a series of transfers to exchanges like Bitstamp and Bitvavo, proving this current transfer is not its first rodeo. While Ripple did not expressly label the purpose of this latest transfer, it is notably linked to a possible sell-off, a basic explanation attributed to many of the related transfers that take this format. The movement of millions of XRP occurred when the digital currency faced a correction. Whether or not the latest transfers triggered sell-off fears, like the ones before it, remains unknown. However, XRP has fallen by 1.84%. While proponents consider this fall a healthy correction, the belief is that ingrained fundamentals within the XRP ecosystem will help trigger a rebound soon. Now to the big question of the day. To what extent will the weapon given by Judge Analisa Torres to the XRP community go in putting a wall against Bitcoin Maxis? Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Australian-based legal expert Bill Morgan has explained how Judge Analisa Torres, the judge overseeing the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, unintentionally gave the XRP community a weapon against Bitcoin Maxis and other critics. For context, Judge Torres' ruling in the Ripple case became a topic of discussion over the weekend. In a recent tweet, a Bitcoin maxi named Scamdaddy stated that Judge Torres did not clarify what category of asset XRP falls under. In July, the judge declared that XRP in itself is not a security, as alleged by the SEC. Consequently, Scamdaddy said the judge only declared that XRP is not a security but failed to mention whether the asset is a commodity or currency. Reacting, Attorney Morgan posited that the judge treated XRP as a commodity in the landmark ruling. However, the Bitcoin maxi refuted Morgan's claim while sharing an excerpt from the decision, indicating that the judge did not view XRP as a commodity. Meanwhile, Attorney Morgan pointed out that the excerpt was part of the judge's efforts to explain why she found Ripple's institutional sales to be an investment contract. The lawyer pointed to a section of the summary judgment where Judge Torres expressed her view of XRP within the framework of Howey. According to the lawyer, Judge Torres, on pages 14 to 15 of the summary judgment, differentiated the contract, transaction, or scheme from the underlying asset. Notably, the judge emphasized that the underlying token is not necessarily a security even though it is part of a transaction that constitutes an investment contract. The judge listed various assets, including Gram, as standalone assets that are not inherently securities. She later concludes her analysis by stating that XRP as a digital token, like Gram, is not itself an investment contract even though it may be the subject of an investment contract like any other standalone commodities, Attorney Morgan said. The lawyer said the Ripple ruling would still be logically correct if the judge did not provide a legal analysis for XRP. However, he speculated that the judge gave the analysis due to the SEC's refusal to clarify the security status of the token itself. The attorney said Judge Torres unintentionally gave XRP community members a weapon against Bitcoin maxis, including Scamdaddy, who claimed that everything other than Bitcoin is a security. Additionally, Attorney Morgan pointed out that the analysis could be used as an argument against critics who stir confusion about the judge's classification of XRP. Make sure you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.